Hello, it's David Duford yet again at davidduford.com, where I help insurance agents like you become top producing insurance agents. Today continues our 6-part series on why insurance agents fail. So far, we specifically talked about product personality misalignment, poor capitalization, agent-agency misalignment, and today we're going to talk about poor training. This is a big one. This has always been a big one for me because when I first started recruiting agents, it was obvious to me that there was so many different insurance agencies out there recruiting that one of the biggest problems that you wouldn't see solved was the training question. There's just an awful lot of insurance agencies that think you just have to offer a contract and to get agents involved, and that's enough. It isn't. You've got to be able to be there to support and train your agents to become successful. Otherwise, what happens is you get a lot of agents that are excited about the opportunity. They see the kind of income you can make. They see the success that's been had. But if the support and the training is not there, then what ends up happening is you get a lot of people who are just frustrated. And then they end up biased that the whole business is like this, that nobody really wants to train. It's all bogus and it's all a racket, and there's a lot of agents that leave this business thinking that way. So how do you define training and how do you know how to get a good training opportunity? So my biggest recommendation to figuring out how do you find the best training setup is first of all, I think the best thing you can do is find an agency that its principal is actually someone who has field experience. So they understand how to sell. They're just not a marketer. There's an awful lot of people who just market and recruit, but don't actually sell or never have sold. That's number one. Number two, you need to make sure that just because they have field experience, they also have experience training and have evidence that they've had success with their agents. It's one thing to be a good personal producer, but it's an entirely different one to train others to be personal producers and successful at that. There's a lot of great personal producers that just are absolutely abysmal when it comes to recruiting because there's a difference between that person who's a great personal producer and that person who recruits and knows how to take an average person and help them become successful in their own right. It's a different skill set, and not all personal producers have that. There's a big experience of a lot of personal producers who are very good getting involved in recruiting and just being totally lost on it. They hate it because they just don't get it. They get frustrated because people don't work and they don't know how to deal with it, and they leave it. So you got to find kind of that balance between personal production in the field and evidence of success and training. Lastly, I think you need to have access to that person. You got to be able to ask questions. You got to be able to, get support when you need it, say on a case, on underwriting or on sales questions. You've got to have some kind of ongoing support as it relates to directly your involvement with your clients in the field. These are the 3 most critical aspects that you need in a training program. If you're not getting that, and if you don't see that as being evidence, that's where you're going to have a problem. And again, how do you ascertain all this? The easiest way is to ask the person you're looking at to join for evidence of all this. Say, hey, this sounds great. Can I talk to a couple of your agents to just get their opinion on the program, on how it is interacting with you? Even if it's just 3 people that you talk to, what you'll find is that, if you've got at least 3 people, you can get a good idea of how that organization really operates. And if you can't produce 3 people, what you're going to find is that that's probably evidence that the person is burning bridges, doesn't have a lot of truth behind their experience, and isn't necessary, maybe, but maybe not, probably is better options out there as far as an agency to work with. So again, training is everything, and that's what I do in my program when I recruit agents. Again, a shameful plug, of course. Recruiting is a big aspect of my business now. I do personal production to some extent, but most of my business now is on finding agents that want to duplicate the kind of success I've had on a personal production basis. And here's how you can find out more. You can go to davidduford.com. You can click the link at the top that says figuring out how to join David's agency and the different kind of programs that are available. And just watch the links and the videos and figure out what you want to do so you can find out more about how it works and go from there. If you like the video, please like it, subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a comment below if you have any questions on how things work. My name is David Duford at davidduford.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.